I'm Nico from the band Rimbacher. You're watching GRIMM TV.
This is Reiska, the bass player of Rimbacher. You're watching GRIMM TV.
Really nice to meet you today.
Yeah, you too.
You too.
How are you doing?
Pretty tired. I was driving from Jyväskylä like 3 hours, and I also had a work day. So yeah, but I feel good.
Yeah, I'm feeling good. Nothing to add there.
Well, we're basically here to talk about your upcoming album.
Yep.
But first, since I'm kind of guessing that a lot of people that will end up watching this, because we have people from outside of Finland checking us out too, probably won't have heard of you.
Yep.
So I wanted to ask, if you could tell a bit about the band, how you got together and stuff like that. Yeah.
So basically, the version of this band started in 2020 when we were waking up the band from the previous version that we had on 2017 and 18 with a little different lineup, and we started to put together some material with our new guitar player's home studio. We did some pre-productions and stuff like that, just starting the project of this album, which started 4 years ago. And it's been a long journey. Now we have a really solid and a good lineup.
Yeah, but with a very healthy band dynamics.
Yeah, and
really good stuff.
yeah. And well, it took us long to record this album because we were doing bits there and bits here, and we didn't have any funds to rent studio time, so we actually put together this album in our friends' studios and our rehearsal room and at home at our guitar player and stuff, who has a own studio. So bits and pieces here and there, and yeah, it's we did every instrument
Separately.
Yeah. What was the question?
Well, as you said, it took a long time to get to this album.
Yeah.
I guess in a sense that could also be sort of a good thing for your first album, that you actually got to take your time and sit with things.
There was no corporate pressure.
Yeah. And no pressure actually at all.
Yeah.
Except the ones that we create for ourselves.
Yeah, and well, we want to do things properly, so we had the time to focus on the tracks and everything, but 5 guys doing different things, also the time may be an issue at some point. Our guitar players has kids and stuff, so yeah, but it ended up a really good result from my mind, and we're really proud that we actually took the time for that album.
Yeah, it looks like us.
Yeah, and it sounds like us.
Oh, good. I listened a little bit to the album, and well, from what I've gathered, you've taken a lot of inspiration from that kind of classic 80s rock time. Is that the music that you guys has always been near to your heart and always listened to and stuff?
We grew up listening to that stuff.
Yeah, and on the other hand, we do have every single person in our band. We do have our separate influences, which combined together is the product.
Yeah. We said earlier that our other guitar player Osku is heavy metal guy, and Jimbo, the other, is like more like blues based and prog rock kind of vibe. He listens a lot of like 70s, 60s, 70s like art
art rock, AOR, and
yeah,
those kind of stuff, and occult rock and stuff, and we're basically our sounds are a combination of our own influences, and
well, I think the playing style maybe is the like, but for me all the classics, AC/DC, Van Halen, Extreme, you know, those kind of hair metal thing, and hard rock, like basic down to earth bands. Like it's a weird kind of music because it still stands time. So, and I didn't want to. For me, it was like I wanted to sound like my heroes, but still, when we separate players and separate like influences, put that stuff together, it hasn't like own input to it. So that's basically what it makes difference. But we are like a musician band as well. So we like to have like a good musical base. What we do.
Like to me, when listening to the album, like it feels like you're totally not trying to reinvent the wheel.
No.
Yeah, no.
But that you're just there to get that sound right and just play some good music that you would like to hear.
Yeah, that's basically the idea.
And it's all about the good feeling, and
Yeah.
It's all aiming to the live shows.
yeah,
People like it's party music basically.
yeah.
Yeah, to me, the album sounded like the 80s heydays of LA, like just sounded like that.
far-fetched.
So I guess like for you guys, that's a good sound to have a couple.
Yeah.
It's a really natural thing to do because always when you try to do something different or like be clever, you always end up sounding like that anyways.
Yeah, especially when your musical roots are sort of there. Like
I can't pick up a guitar and not playing some riffs like that kind of riffs.
It's in our blood.
Yeah. Well, you can say that. It's a cliche, but you can say that.
like as you were saying, like there's influences of like all the different members. Does that mean that you guys can like sort of sat together and wrote the songs, or was it just like one person that kind of started off with it and everyone like pitched in, or?
Yeah, maybe more like that. Usually we do have like about three songwriters in our band, me, Nico, and Jimbo mostly. And usually it evolves from an idea of one musician, the whole song, and then we start to arrange that and put together lyrics, and
we basically slice the song in pieces and then we like put the pieces together. And some of us have like a vocal line or basically a guitar riff, and then it just starts. We see with how we demoed this thing. We sat in the room with like a DAW, DAW, what it's called, the recording system, with, you know, and then we just played and recorded stuff. And then
we kind of analyzed it,
and
put together our ideas and to try to evolve that stuff to the point that we are happy to it.
And then once we have the material basically ready, we rehearse with the whole band, and then it may sound completely different what we did.
Yeah.
But it didn't happen too much here. Basically, it all went down pretty quickly. When we bring the whole song to the rehearsal place, it didn't have to take too long. Then we found our sound.
Yeah.
Because the other guys are putting their influences and playing styles to it.
And sounds also.
Yeah.
yeah, and like going back on that like the feeling of like 80s LA when this music was big or got big. Even the lyrics sort of feel like they go back to like that time or that period. Because like I think one of the last songs that I listened to today was something about cocaine.
Okay, nice.
So it's like
It stays here.
so it's like, oh yeah, that fits well with the vibe that I've been getting.
I would say what I, as a lyricist, try to avoid is that I don't want them to be like too modern in a way, because I believe the best lyrics come out of a very fundamental issues and fundamental topics as well that aren't so time related.
Yeah. But still, well, I think they're still a bit modern because we don't sing about like, you know, cars and women in cars, you know.
Yeah, of course, but like
yeah.
I just mean that like when I listen to the songs, like a lot of the lyrics, like sound like they would fit well in
this
back
era
in
as
that
well.
time.
Oh yeah,
and,
yeah.
Like they fit perfectly here, of
Yeah.
course, but that they would fit well in that time. Like a little bit more love songs, like fit really well with love songs from that like period and like well.
People have bands,
And-
so it doesn't change much in the through the years. So
Yeah, I guess you don't have to try to fix what isn't broken, so to say.
I believe it wouldn't be rock and roll if you just like made a song out of smartphones and stuff like that. It just doesn't suit
doesn't
that.
fit.
It doesn't fit
Yeah.
that genre.
at least we think.
At least we think. Maybe somebody invents some kind of a high-tech rock.
It's but it's a funny relationship because he writes basically all the lyrics and I'm the singer because I'm not a good lyricist, but he shows me the lyric and then I just nope.
Nope.
Well, I guess like the fact that I'm constantly like, referring to that the lyrics would fit like back in the 80s, of course fit now. It maybe shows that the lyrics are actually that good that they're sort of like timeless.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing for like a kind of classic rock AOR band. So yeah,
There's still a lot of similar bands coming after 40, 50 years.
yeah.
Yeah, I believe in modern days that they're having some kind of a new coming
Yeah.
as well. There are bands like Heat and Nestor and Night Flight Orchestra and those kind of.
Yeah, there's a surprisingly big kind of glam hard rock AOR scene in like the Nordic region.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Sweden especially.
Yeah. Sweden, Finland has quite quite a couple of like really good bands in that level too. So like
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's interesting to see that that like pop up in this region because it's not necessarily even though Finland has for instance Hanoi Rocks, but for the rest you wouldn't necessarily expect like a big surge of that kind of music coming from like this region.
Yeah. That's
We have a
international sound to it.
well, we have a 6 month long winter here, so so it's kind of yeah.
Usually you have that kind of like heavy metal melancholy and that's something that like probably here and there it seeps into like the song or something, but overall like it's not really in like your music all that like strongly that typical melancholy.
Yeah.
Well, personally, I don't like the melancholy stuff, like the minor based stuff.
Yeah.
I'm more like an upbeat guy.
We most of our songs are in minor key, but they're played as a major key, major chord.
Yeah. Basically, yeah.
Anyway, lots of luck with like the debut
Thank you.
album coming out. Hopefully, there's a bunch of rock fans that pick it up and like it.
It's been a long journey because we did it like from the beginning. This has been just us as a team doing, and we have a like we really suck at business. So we're fortunate that we have a guy like Jere to help us out. And
Isn't that a little bit of a trend within like the rock and roll scene that most musicians aren't really all that great businessmen, like not looking at Gene Simmons because he's like the other opposite side.
Yeah,
but most of the time,
I only know how to play.
Yeah.
So
well, let's hope the years of working on this will come like to fruition, and hopefully a lot of people will find you guys.
I believe so too, because like nowadays it really depends on how much we like to learn new stuff about this business side of bands and business side of music, and it's basically I believe the effort you put to it defines you.
Yeah, and have that like perseverance of doing this. Keep going, no matter what, because this it's fun to do, right?
Yeah, it's fun to do, and every day you learn something new, and when you keep learning new stuff day by day, it's fascinating as well.
And well, now that you're like finally coming out with your music, with your album, I feel like bands that play like your kind of music, you're supposed to see them live.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing that like now you're looking to like kick that off properly.
Like the live
live shows.
Yeah.
I believe we're definitely a live band.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And
I think that's often the case with these like this kind of like glam rock AOR band like they can sound really good on album, but you have to see them live quite often to like fully appreciate and fully
what it
like
makes it more interesting.
Yeah.
We did one show with Michael Monroe in last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a cool show to play.
Yeah. They were with Demolition 23.
Yeah.
And one festival this year as well, where he was like the main
act there.
Yeah.
Any shows that you already have in the books for the future, or not really?
Well,
yet?
the album release party at Jyväskylä, in our home bar, basically.
Well, hopefully you get picked up by some people to play some shows a bit all around.
Yeah.
And again, lots of luck with the album.
Thank
lots
you.
of luck with playing live and getting ahead of things. All right, I think we're about there. Would there be like anything at all that you would like to say still to whoever ends up watching this?
Yeah, well, check our social media and check all the stuff we've been doing, basically.
Yeah. Listen to the High Hopes on the Rocks. It's a really good album.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for the talk, and
Thank you.
Thank you for the time.
see you around.
You too.